Hello and welcome, my Cancer friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching my video. This is going to be my group reading for December for my Cancer friends. Today we're going to explore what you can expect in December, those challenges and obstacles that we're going to need to overcome, and also we're going to look at how we can start to raise our vibration. The deck I'm using for this reading is the Everyday Witches Tarot, and I'm also going to be using the Energy Oracle. Like always, there's links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Cancer friends, we're going to switch things up. I'm going to actually start off with my Oracle deck rather than my Tarot deck. Let's look at what December is going to look like for my Cancer friends. What a fantastic card. Happy family. Really sums up December. That family time and connection is key. Now, family does not always mean mother, child, and children. Family means those positive, amazing supports in our lives. And that's going to be kind of overshadowing this whole month. Really that happy, loving, nurturing energy. Alright, I'm a tarot girl at heart, so we're going to get going on the tarot. What card symbolizes the month of December for my Cancer friends? What a fantastic card. The Knight of Wands. Knights are that adolescent, no fear, gonna take them down attitude. Go big, go home. Wands are about that passion and inner fire. And when you look at the two of them together, it really talks about that balance that we have in family. You do have those peaceful, calm times where you're like, wow, I really love my family. And then there's others where it's like you're fighting the dragon. You're like, oh my God, what switched? That balance piece is going to be key. But that not being afraid of those challenges that you are going to face in December is going to be a fantastic energy that will carry you throughout December. Let's look at the challenge. What is your challenge for December for my Cancer friends? Yeah, it really sums up December sometimes. The Nine of Wands. It's going to be that frazzled feeling that we have. The Nines talk about all that energy and all that we've acquired and accomplished through our lives. The wand itself really is connected to our solar plexus and about that ability to stand up for ourselves and not back down. And we can take an emotional beating. This is very much an emotional psychic beating because it's a bandage over her head. It talks about that kind of frazzled feeling we have, but not being afraid. We have stability and support behind us, and we're not going to back down. Really connects into that Knight piece. However, we are going to feel that sizzle burn. Because, let's be honest, December, as much as we love our happy, loving family and friends, it's a roller coaster of emotions. People have very clear ideals on what they want for the upcoming weeks, and they're willing to stand up for their beliefs and thoughts. And sometimes it doesn't always mesh so well, so you have that fighting aspect. Let's look at the month a little bit closer. What can my Cancer friends expect for the first part of December? The Queen of Swords. That truth and knowledge will set you free. Queens are that nurturing, loving energy. And they really want to kind of nurture you in their suit. The swords are about that knowledge piece. We're going to be entering December on the brain, and we're going to need that brain to overcome not only those dragons that we need to fight, but the ability to nurture ourselves in the 9, because let's be honest, this is quite the month that we're going to be facing. December always brings in a lot of problems because we have conflicting energies. We're also looking at the winter solstice coming in. The winter solstice is the longest night of the year, which means that we're also truly impacted as a species in North America because we are impacted by those long nights. We're missing the sun. We're missing that warmth. So it's very important that we carry that knowledge with us to help ground and center and nurture ourselves. Because as we go further into December, that's really when those dragons start to roar. Let's look at the middle of December. Does the middle of December bring my Cancer friends? Oh, what a fantastic card. The Lovers. That loving, nurturing energy is amazing. And that's really what the middle of the month, as we enter into the holidays, that's what you're going to be entering in with, is that loving, nurturing energy. Now, Pamela Coleman Smith drew Raphael, Archangel Raphael, and in the smoke you can kind of see an angel here. The big piece I'm getting is the communication and the healing aspect of it. Archangel Raphael does a lot on communication, but that communication piece is going to be key. Really clearly setting up boundaries, working with our family, because let's be honest, our family has nurtured us to where we're at. Yes, there's going to be aspects we don't agree with. However, focusing in on the positive rather than the negative will really set that vibration higher. Let's look at the end of the month. What does the end of December, what will it bring my Cancer friends? We're back to the page, or well, the swords, sorry. We're back to the swords, the Page of Swords. Pages are that childlike, inquisitive, playful energy. Swords are about truth and knowledge. It's going to be really key that we end off the month and the year, actually, and the decade on that knowledge piece. Shooting from our head rather than our heart. So you're starting off and ending off on a very stable and foundational platform. That inquisitive exploration is going to be important. Questioning why we do things so that we can really reflect on it. The end of the year is going to give us a time where we can really reflect on what we've done so far and give us the ability to focus in on those positive aspects. Not so much, oh, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. It's more of, I really learned from this situation. I want more rainbows in my life. I want more positive energy. I want that loving, nurturing feeling. How can I strengthen that? How can I strengthen my relationship with others? What information do I need to really hit the books on so that I can start to heal myself and that I really feel connected with? Those are things that the page can help us with. Those inquisitive questions. That questioning energy is really helpful. Also, the ability to have some fun and play. Learning through that knowledge-based energy is really going to give you that foundation that you want for the next year. Okay, so that's what the month is going to look like. Let's look at the challenges. I love it when I say that and cards like just jump out of my deck. Okay, you have a jumper. So let's look at the beginning of December. What challenges do my Cancer friends face the beginning of December? Okay. There's a number of them here. The first jumper, The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups talks about having created a very good life for ourselves, but we're missing a big aspect of it. We're missing that, if you will, the bigger picture. And the Queen of Swords can kind of help overcome that if you focus in on the knowledge rather than the heart. Because that emotion piece is going to keep you bound to these 3 cups, going to really stagnate. And you're really good. It really connects into the 9 of Wands here, where you're going to start to feel burned out and frazzled quite quickly. The 10 of Pentacles. This is a family card, as you can tell. The 10 of Pentacles. What's going to really be a challenge at the beginning of the month are the demands and the expectations of your family. Sure, our family is very happy. It's been a support for our life, but the important part will be is that they're going to want and demand things. Like I said, people have very clear expectations on what December and the holidays should look like for them. They're going to be pulling and pushing you, and you're not going to have time unless you stand up and say, that's fantastic. I need to take these days to focus in on other aspects of myself. That balancing piece is going to be important. And the World. That fear of that next stage. The World is the 21st card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about an ending and a beginning. And it's that fear of ending something and beginning something new. All those pieces that the Queen really offers us, and the pieces that the Page of Swords is going to offer us, can be scary because we're looking at evolution and change. And we, as a species, are afraid and terrified of stepping outside our box because it's easier to hear and connect in with our ego than it is our higher self and our intuition. Let's go on to the middle of the month. We have another jumper. What card, or what challenges, do my Cancer friends face in the middle of December? We have a couple more jumpers. The first jumper, the Six of Wands. Sixes are about balance. I just mentioned how balance is going to be important. Wands is about that inner fire. It's about that balancing aspect, especially when you're looking at the lovers, that couple, that yin and yang almost. Balancing out your passion for those inner pieces that really make us happy and connected, that are outside our partner or our friends and family. And in some cases, it's that drive to find that soulmate can really impact your current relationships with other people. The lover's not necessarily indicating that relationship with a specific soulmate or lover. It is literally those relationships that we have with others. That's what it's talking about. That we're really going to be able to embrace that in the middle of the month. But that balancing piece is going to be key. Christmas also brings up a time when we really want that special someone, and that energy can really interfere and impact your ability to connect in with others. The Chariot, the 7th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about willpower and that ability to conquer things, that need to overcome those challenges. So with the Six of Wands, that need and desire and drive really comes clear about wanting to connect in and find and strengthen and almost hyper focus in on finding a partner or your soulmate, or also getting the job done. So if you are in a relationship with your soulmate or a partner, getting all those tasks done. That hyper focused, wanting to get things perfect for everybody will really also play into negatively impacting and challenges that you're going to have. And finally, the King of Swords. Consort to the Queen. He can be a bit of a tyrant. Very much, it's got to be this way. If it is not this way, it is wrong. he can easily become one of your biggest dragons. We all have individuals in our lives that will not let things go, that have to have things their way. Those individuals are going to really come up fast and furious in the middle of the month. All right, let's look at the end of the month. What challenges do my Cancer friends face at the end of December? And that's the King of Cups. Now, kings are the most fully developed personality of their suit. They have the most power and control. They can also become, like I said with the King of Swords, a tyrant really easily. At the end of the month, you're going to find that your emotions are doing that roller coaster. Not only do we have those fears about change, because we're looking at not only a new year and a new month, we're looking at a new decade. All those possibilities. Reeling from the Christmas crazy of all those dragons you had to slay. This card really comes into suit that I just had to overcome that. And wanting to do some planning, but also being afraid of it. When we have these kings as an opposition, it can really become a little bit of a bear because there's so much power they hold. With our emotions roller coasting all the way around, it can be really hard to hear the small little child voice saying, look how much fun it would be to learn this. What about all these amazing pieces that we can learn and explore when you have the king screaming in your ears in a roller coaster ride? So that can be a really big challenge at the end of the month. We do have double kings. They're the 14th card in the major arcana, and the angel messages here is that they symbolize love and a spiritual growth. So you're going to attract the energy that you put out. You put out that love and nurturing relationship built on communication. It's going to drown out the King of Swords. And it's going to drown out those individuals in our lives that have to be appeased, and all their needs and demands have to be hit their way. You focus in on the love and communication. It's a higher vibration there than their whining and complaining. Additionally, you focus in on that inquisical energy of play and learning. It's going to drown out the roller coaster. You put it out there, you'll bring it back. It's just focusing in on them. We're going to take it a little bit of a higher vibration now. We're going to look at how my Cancer friends can raise their vibration. So what can my Cancer friends do to raise their vibration in the beginning of December? Woman holding a heart, that divine feminine energy, that loving, caring emotion. Literally, she connects into the Queen of Swords. Swords themselves don't do emotion. The Queen of Swords, she doesn't do emotion against all her value sets. The need, again, we've talked about balance. Balancing that knowledge to really reinforce and nurture that loving aspect of yourself. Take the knowledge that you need, because let's be honest, there's going to be a lot of it. We enter the month on our head, and we're going to do a lot better throughout December. But when we start to nurture ourselves and implement the knowledge into our everyday and really embrace it with our whole self, you're going to find that that connection to others and yourself becomes stronger. You raise that vibration. When we care and love ourselves, we're showing the universe that loving, nurturing energy towards ourselves. Let's look at the middle of the month. How can my Cancer friends raise their vibration in the middle of December? The thinking woman. That importance of knowledge and using your head will really help guide you. Critically thinking about all these challenges, what it is your crazy, very maniacal family members want when they have to have their demands met. Making sure that we're not hyper focusing in on those tasky bits or that search for love. Is that really what you need right now? That critical thinking skill is going to be key to help rise that vibration and connect into that loving energy of the lovers. You really have a yin and a yang starting to focus here. Where this is all about knowledge, we're focusing in on that heart piece. This is about heart and love, we're focusing in on that knowledge piece. Keeping yourself balanced will be key in moving yourself forward. Let's look at the latter part of December. How can my Cancer friends raise their vibration at the end of December? Okay, what a fantastic card. The 5th chakra, which is your throat chakra, and Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is the Archangel of Messengers. And at the end of the month, what's really going to help you out, my Cancer friends, is healing and working on not only your throat chakra, but your voice. Being able to connect that knowledge piece in and communicate it well with others. Really trying to hone in on that communication and that listening aspect. When we take the knowledge of others and incorporate it into our database, then we can really start to raise our vibration there as well. Right. Now we're going to look at how we can overcome these challenges. What guidance can we give my Cancer friends in overcoming the challenges brought on by December? Did you hear the thunk? Okay, you got some jumpers. Just a few of them. Alright, so the first one, and this is in no particular order, they all kind of hit the table at the same time. The 5 of Pentacles. 5s are a conflictual number. Pentacles are about growth and abundance. The 5 of Pentacles talks about that isolated, disconnected feeling we have. We need to overcome that by that connection in, but also we're going to need to follow our head rather than our heart, because our heart is leading us astray a bit here. When we start to follow our heart, we're dived in, or like we're focusing in on the emotion piece. Yes, we need that balance. However, really thinking and critically thinking about what it is we want to do and where we want to go will start to help bring us to individuals with like mind and will help nurture our abilities. The 8 of Wands. 8s are about movement and manifestation. The 8 of Wands, the original card drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith, is 8 wands descending from the heavens to the earth. It talks about that movement of your passions in a very concise direction. With all that's going on, that concise direction has become a little bit more fluid. We're now in a little bit more of a chaotic state. We need to redirect them, and that knowledge piece will be key in directing that passion center. Your passion center is held by Archangel Uriel, so connecting in with him to help give you the strength to stand up and really kind of overcome those challenges and give clarity. You're giving clarity to the night, if you will. The 9 of Swords. 9s are about all that you've overcome and achieved. Swords, truth, and knowledge. The 9 of Swords talks about all those sorrows and pains that we hold in past situations. This time of year really starts to kind of feel overwhelming because of all the emotion that is connected into this month. Following your head rather than your heart. The situations and events don't have emotion. we as emotional beings, attach the emotion. It's going to be up to you to kind of detangle the situation and the emotion and release that emotion. That emotion is what's causing the Nine of Wands to kind of flare up and give you problems. When you look at that knowledge piece, you're going to be able to direct the Eight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and you also give direction to that Knight. Now we do have double nines. In angel messages, when you're looking at the double nine, it's a time to work on your life's purpose, that soul's deeper purpose. And that direction and release is going to be really important. And I'm not saying forgive and forget, I'm saying releasing that emotion, releasing the control that the situation and individuals that are causing this, release their control over you. Taking that knowledge and moving yourself forward is what is going to be the key piece here. The Queen of Wands, that firehouse of a queen. Similar to her sister up at the top here, the Queen of Wands commands her inner passions, her fire, her drive. She's also the queen that has the most control over her sensuality and sexuality, which dives back into the Lovers for some of you. That sexuality piece and connecting in to that sensuality will be key. It will help nurture and light the fires deep within you. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you were able to gain some direction and insight into what December is going to hold and how you can raise your vibration. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. If you've seen any of my past videos, you've seen how I can go off on these really crazy and fun reads and spreads. And then also I don't have a specific day that I bring out videos. It's really connected into a lot of things similar to the beginning of the month. That can be on any day. I'd hate for you to miss any of it, so subscribing is the best way. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Cancer friends.